we need to recognise that some shortages are due to global incidents. A lot of the medicines market now is a global market. We don't manufacture drugs in this country just for use in this country. Whilst we do manufacture, a lot of that is for export, and a lot of the medicines we use are imported from other parts of the country. We learnt a lot about that when Brexit was looming, if you recall, a few years ago. We thought that there may be problems getting medicines across the short Straits of Dover, and so we had to sort of, as a country, understand where the supply routes came from and make sure we could stockpile enough medicines so that there was sufficient. Fortunately, that helped to buffer some of the challenges faced from when COVID hit fairly soon after that, and we had sufficient in country, as it were. So I think there are a lot of issues that impact medicines that are outside of the control of the commissioners, the buyers, the pharmacies, the wholesalers in this country. However, there are some aspects of medicine shortages which we believe are preventable to a certain degree. One of those is the drug tariff prices that I mentioned previously. We know that the department uses the drug tariff to keep control of pricing, which is absolutely the right thing to do for the taxpayer and for the NHS at large. By keeping a constant downward pressure on prices, they can make sure that pharmacies are buying at the best prices on the market, making sure that the cost of medicines is kept down in this country. Unfortunately, though, when the price goes too low, some manufacturers may have to review their portfolios and decide whether or not it's actually in their interest to import or to manufacture into this country. We know that there are examples where manufacturers exit the market, which then causes a shortage, whilst other manufacturers step up, and it can cause real kind of fluctuations to the price. What you'll then find is when the price goes up sufficiently, it becomes attractive again, and suppliers will then re-enter the market, which then brings up supply to meet demand, which means the price goes down again. And so you can see sometimes where the price is brought down, but in the drug tariff by a few pennies. What then happens is the price spikes massively, costing a lot of pounds, and then falls down again, normally to a price that's higher than it was before the drug tariff had been reduced in the first place. So it can be counterproductive, this continual downward pressure. I think we've had this model for over 20 odd years now, which has worked for the NHS and for the taxpayer, but I think we're coming to the end of its usefulness in terms of, if the amount of money available in the system isn't increased, we're going to continue to see manufacturers and suppliers making some tough decisions about whether or not the UK market is the most attractive for them.